time now to the intro play. I can't hear it. Welcome to the TLC podcast. What do we have this week? A real switch up. But before we get into that, we got the Zero with us. Give us a wave. It's a little wavy poo. There we go.
I gave you a wave.
Before we introduce the new champion, I'm just going to do this. Pony Boy, our new champion. Why don't you just brag for 5 minutes? Zero, you better mute me.
Did you just put my title in the trash?
Zero walks. You know, when it's not my title, it's no one's title at this point. You got a mouthful, champ?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't need to come on and brag. I don't.
You've been bragging on the Facebook all week.
No, he's actually been very humble.
Why?
That is
because
a lie.
That
is a lie.
I wish my Chatterheads of the Chatterhead Nation a good morning from their new predictions champion with a classic gift of King Booker. That was classy because unlike this geriatric fuck of a champion,
Go fuck
I
yourself.
acknowledge everybody, not just myself, you prudence bitch.
Well,
So, I am your new predictions champion. It is the Stay Golden of the Pony Age, and I would not be here without all of the Chatterheads. And thank you. I want to know what more importantly, I want to thank everybody for putting in their predictions. We had 26 submissions for both days of SummerSlam, and Zero was watching me tally them, and he goes, how's this going to work? Because a lot of people picked the same. And at one point, we had 17 people tied for first, and with one match, it went from 17 to 7. It was a good time. The top 5, again, I want to give them a shout out. Brian A. I want to give a shout out to Hugh Mack. I want to give out to Jacob Cowger. Congratulations, young man. I want to give out shout out to my nephew Paulie Bag of Donuts. And again, the number 1 first place winner with 9 points. And, you know, suck it, Tommy Guns. It must be the strong Irish bloodline of the Kavanaughs because it was a twofer. I'm the champion. Don Juan Kavanaugh is the champion for the predictions. Again, everybody, I have messaged you for your shirt size and your addresses. Please get me those shirt sizes so I can get those shirts, get them made, and get them out to you as soon as possible.
The funniest part about the whole thing is that Don Juan fucking got more right than all of us.
that's upsetting.
Just throwing that out there.
And going
I want to give a special shout out to Justin Brown, who
oh my god, he went 7 and
no. Here's the thing. Justin did what we have all done. What Tommy and I have done before on these 2-night PLEs, where night 1, 100% across the board, got it right. Night 2, fucked everything, completely wrong.
To be fair, I almost clean swept WrestleMania by one match. I fucking lost the second day. That was
so. Real quick, Explosive Joseph, what happened to my green screen is that my internet, as you all know, over the last few months, have been kind of getting finicky and funky. So for now, until I know what the reasoning is, I've just been streaming off of my phone. And for some reason, it doesn't allow me to pull up my green screen.
So it's a clearer picture, though. We can hear you better. But going forward with the predictions, everybody seemed to have a good time doing that. We're going to keep doing it. And Zero, in the next upcoming months,
We're not going to talk. We're not going to talk about that yet.
So that just means you guys got to stay tuned. You got to stay tuned. So Tom,
I've got one.
And I want my title. I want the follow.
I've got
trash to you.
Let me put it this way. In regards to the next few months coming up, I've got a few things planned. I'll put it this way. Wait for the announcement after the Royal Rumble, which is in January.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say. There's a few little details I got to figure out and work out, but I'm planning something. Announcement-wise, I will say that I will be relaunching the other side of the mic here next week.
Yes. So, let's get into it.
Other than that, yeah. So the title
let's start with the elephant in the room.
No. I want to touch base on this really quick, all right? Okay. Do you guys see what the title of this episode is?
No. I can't read.
You gotta knock
the title is F. You gotta knock the F out.
All right, listen. Right?
Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why I'm going with that?
Because we're changing our name to TL Tables, Ladders, and Entertainment.
No. Oh, God, no. No.
Bronson Reed's a shoe thief. He's the fucking tribal. He's the tribal shoe thief. That man's got the Nike fa-la-la-la-la. He's got 2 pairs of Roman shoes.
He's got 2 pairs of Roman's Jordans. He's got the Schumafala.
I have 3 pairs of Jordans.
Anyway, that's why I titled this, because now twice now, they have knocked Roman out, and they have stolen his shoes. First off, why didn't Roman take his first pair back after winning at SummerSlam?
Doesn't even too busy calling Paul Heyman a dumbass.
Jesus Christ.
Are you really? Oh my God. Listen. You want to know what? I like how they wrote Roman off. I like how they're doing it. It's going to be a fun thing to do.
So, for those that don't know, we're gonna break kayfabe a little bit here. Roman is going to be out injured, probably, even though I don't know how well that's going to work. Because for those that don't know, he's playing Akuma in Street Fighter, and I guess it's almost time to start filming his parts. The biggest problem I have, though, is if anyone saw the clip of what happened after Raw went off the air.
Yeah, him and Punk kind of.
Yeah. Now, Grant, see
Punk if you were on time and.
Yeah, why are you never on time? But did you saw what Roman's response was, right?
Called him an old bitch.
No, he said, "I'm not here to save your ass."
Oh, well. Oh. Again.
So I don't know if they're going to report Roman as injured or if Roman's taking time off, or let's say Roman comes out next Monday and that's when he gets completely squashed.
I think there are more important things in play than worrying about Roman and the Braun twins. Okay.
I have shoes around my neck.
Yeah, you got the Schumafala.
I got the Jordans because I'm upset. This is my new Umafala until I win my belt back.
Mr. Guns, I gotta be honest with you. It's not gonna happen. I'm coming.
Technically,
I'm still ahead in points.
By the way, gentlemen, I want to cover that really quick. All right. Just a reminder to everyone out there. how the TLC predictions title works is yes, we do defend it in a three-way every paper PLE. That's one of
Use
the big
your
four.
words better. You sure? We just.
now we're going to be spicy because we want a belt.
Wow. Ah.
Anyway, so every major PLE, it's a triple threat technically between Ponyboy, Tommy, and myself. And the
Threesome, if
points
you will.
that yes, a very ugly threesome. Anyway,
2 out of the 3 participants would inquire incest.
Yeah,
I'm not
one
going
of
to
them's
make the
just got a
comment.
forked sword. Anyway.
Oh God, baby.
Anyway, essentially, of the big four, the points are totaled up and accumulated. And that goes into WrestleMania, be WrestleMania 42. Just like the points from WrestleMania 41 ended season, the first time of us doing this, and the points that were acquired at WrestleMania 41 carried on into this year as well. So, just an idea, Tommy. Yes, you are still winning the overall points right now. But your margin of winning has drastically dropped.
Just by one pay-per-view, too.
Just by one, yeah. And I told Ponyboy this, and Ponyboy's the one who likes to do all the stupid prop side bets. It actually benefited him that we didn't do any. You know?
I mean, to be fair, the only ones that going forward, the only one that I'm probably okay with doing is if there is a money in the bank, possible cash in, and then if you cash it in, you get a point. We can discuss that in our business meeting.
The cash-ins have happened, though.
No.
For future
He's
reference.
saying in the future that's something that we can, assess.
So you're saying
but just
you're
so
going to have the championship then?
Hold on. So Tommy, here's what the overall points are right now. All right.
Ooh, more numbers.
You are sitting at 23 total points between SummerSlam and WrestleMania. And it's because you had a very poor SummerSlam. You had a SummerSlam in comparison to my Royal Rumble last year.
Tommy only had 3 points. To be fair, Tommy had 0 points night 1.
Yes.
Tommy had 3 points night 2.
Anyway,
to be fair,
Tommy,
I had the championship for a year.
So Tommy, you are sitting at 22 points. All right. Okay.
You just said 23.
It's 22 or 23. Either way, I'm only a point behind you.
Yeah. I'm confident.
Where am I?
You sucked at last year's Royal Rumble. The curse will repeat
Yeah.
itself.
Here's the thing. Ponyboy, who was so far behind you, all right? He is at 18 points now. In short, the Survivor Series could definitely shake some things up.
Yeah, I'm keeping this title.
By the way, I want to talk about this really quick.
All right, go ahead.
What are your guys' thoughts of major PLEs all of them becoming 2-night events?
Okay, let me jump on this. I want to kind of intertwine this because I like how you brought this up.
Mm-hmm.
Because you posted it. Tommy, I don't know if you hear about it. And I want to break this down for everybody at home listening and watching right now. I think due to the global phenomena that is WWE right now, it is a smart thing to do because now you can have shows that can tie off every storyline instead of rushing the matches. Prime example. Okay, let's think if SummerSlam was one night this year, you would not have gotten, the storytelling match of Gunther and Punk. They were able to give the landscape of it. If it was a one night, it would have been. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? If you
but with that being said, and I want to remind you that most PLEs now are only 5 or 6 matches. So the time is there. Do you think going to 2 nights is what brings on those understories? Like, for example, if SummerSlam was only one night this year, we wouldn't have gotten Sammy and Karrion Cross.
TLC.
okay,
I don't know.
I think the
The
2 nights.
TLC match, I think we would have gotten only because it was the anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think having and so you just made a valid point. When it's 2 nights, there are 5 matches apiece. If you look at those 5 matches on each night, they are the 5 biggest storylines on SmackDown and Raw.
Right.
And I like how now, and I'm okay with it being the big 4, SummerSlam, Mania, Survivor Series, Rumble.
Isn't Rumble in Saudi going to 2 nights? Is it 2 nights next year?
I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, I like the fact that they're 2 nights because, like I said, you can tie off all 5 that's a total of 10 storylines that are going on at once, technically. 5 on Raw, 5 on SmackDown. You give them time to finish the storyline. You give them time to show them what they got. And like Zero said, if it was only one night, I don't think we would have had that good of a match between Dom and Styles.
No.
It would
I
have
feel
been
that match would have been rushed.
And you want to know what? Be for what everybody's opinion. Tommy, I want you to talk next. I know you're in mourning. Please leave the giant fucking sombrero willow hat in the back. You are not Xavier Woods. That thing is fucking huge. I know you're in mourning, but I like it because it gives it time to flourish and you can actually see what these men and women have.
Tommy, what are your thoughts about the big 4 going to 2 nights?
I don't personally like it for something like Survivor Series because I feel like that's just a night event. I feel like SummerSlam, WrestleMania. I don't know about Royal Rumble. I know how they could work it out. They could end each night with a Royal Rumble. To be fair, that would be all right. I could see it, but I don't know. I'm okay with SummerSlam and just WrestleMania being 2 nights. They're the 2 biggest ones. They're the farthest apart. They make the most sense. I mean, a 2-night Survivor Series just sounds boring as fuck to me, to be honest with you. It sounds like a bunch of filler.
And you want to tell me, it's funny you said that.
That's my point about like with Survivor Series going to 2 nights. I don't see that one working.
And honestly, I don't like the Royal Rumble being 2 nights either because the Royal Rumbles are just the marquee matches. You got 3 other matches like that matter that go into storylines and all that kind of shit. You got a couple filler ones. I like when they cut out the fluff, make the 3 main matches, do the 2 Royal Rumbles. It's fun. It just feels too long for 2 nights, Like I'm always buzzing. It's like Money in the Bank. Like I like how there's a Money in the Bank ladder match at the beginning and at the end. It's exciting.
That was another one. That was another one I saw they were talking about making 2 nights. I don't like that idea. Now, the Royal Rumble going to 2 nights. Okay? I would be fine with it on one condition.
Mm-hmm.
You bring back the 15-team over the top Battle Royal tag team.
Okay.
Kind of like what they did at WrestleMania 14.
I feel like TLC would be better, though. I know what you're saying, but
you want to know if you're gonna, and you want to know what, Tommy? I like how you put it. Like you'd be okay with SummerSlam and Mania because back in the day, those were the 2 biggest money draw pay-per-views WWE had.
Right.
And like Tommy said, they're equal amount apart from each other.
And see, and then like with the 2 nights of it, it makes sense with WrestleMania and Royal Rumble because not Royal Rumble, sorry, SummerSlam because there's so much going on. It deserves a bigger stage. It deserves a longer time. Like, just Royal Rumble and a Survivor Series. I'm sorry.
I'm okay with it.
It's a waste of my weekend in a way, to be honest with you.
with the Royal Rumble because then you can finish and start all the storylines on the road to WrestleMania.
That's
Now-
why I give
would
it like
look
a
at.
half and half.
Okay,
It's
so
just doing
let's
it right.
okay.
I'd say when it comes to the Rumble, until they try it, we're not going to know if it works or not.
Honestly, if you're going
That's
to do
exactly
two nights
it.
with the
Like, I don't
Rumble,
know how I feel.
if
Now-
you do 2 nights with the Rumble, now remember, you have to remember, each Royal Rumble match is roughly an hour and 10 minutes long. So if
That's
you're
what I'm
going to
saying. They
do
cut out the
these,
fluff
like,
on
cut it
those
down to
ones.
4 hours, because then you can still have 3 or 4 matches, and then you
True.
go right to the Rumble. So again,
Now-
you don't want to take away because again, now you have AAA wrestling, you have TNA wrestling, you have
Can you imagine? Can you
Fourth
imagine?
Rope, you have the
Can
Fourth
you-
Rope Wrestling promotion.
Can you
Because they're
imagine
with TNA.
how? Can you imagine how packed the Royal Rumble is going to be this year with potential talent from different companies?
Yes, that's why I'm saying, even if
Mr. Iguana is going to make an appearance, I'm going to call it now.
I
keep
hope he
it
does.
in your pants. But again, you have and you know I want to reiterate this, and a lot of people think I'm nuts. You have top rope for Fourth Rope promotion, and they're like, no, it's not. They were there at Slammiversary with TNA. TNA still has that agreement with WWE. So yes, you had Zilla, you had the real one, aka Enzo Amore. You have, and like Zero said, you have a conglomerate, you have a goulash of talent. It's almost like you have to have it 2 nights to showcase it, or you're going to be back at square one where everything is rushed, nothing makes sense, and people and talent start getting hurt and money sales go down. Now, speaking of
Zero,
go ahead, Tom.
I think Zero
One
made
second,
the
guys.
best point, though, is we can't reference it till like we see it.
Okay.
You know, I don't know. Like SummerSlam and WrestleMania, we've seen the last couple years. It makes sense. It's fun. You know, if they do Royal Rumble right, you know, like
Yeah.
I like the idea of what you were saying with it being like, you know, it builds more to WrestleMania because that's the start of WrestleMania season. And if they do it right, it'd be good. But like I said, I just like how they cut out the fluff for the 2 fucking Royal Rumble matches, you know, and they just stick to the main storyline. But you know, you are correct, but we just have to see how it goes. Like
Now, speaking of
it's a test.
SummerSlam, next year, gentlemen, it's in a middle point. It's in Minnesota.
You should go.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
We should
Anyway,
go.
so the reason I brought up the whole 2-night, adding more 2-night PLEs, is because now I want to get your guys' thoughts on something else.
Is this ESPN?
Yes, it is.
All right, so hold
So,
on.
Let
me break it down. Let me break it down.
So, no, for those who don't know, apparently WWE has signed a deal with ESPN streaming, and essentially the PLEs, instead of being on Peacock, as of 2026, they will be on ESPN. Now, here's the problem.
Real quick question.
They are talking about. Go ahead.
So, yeah, sidetrack, but I'm just wondering, will I be able to watch the MLB if I buy the ESPN app, like live?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. All right.
'Cause I want to watch
The ESPN app. I technically have it. All right. It's a free app to have, obviously, like that. I don't know what it is anymore. It was included with the whole Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN bundle, but now even Hulu is being fully dissolved into Disney Plus. So I don't know how that's all going to work. Anyway,
Peggy Hill is going to be a Disney princess.
Peggy Hill already is a Disney princess. Hulu shows are on Disney Plus already.
But you know what I mean? Now it's official.
Anyway, so what I'm getting at
Oh,
Sorry,
Disney
gentlemen.
owns ESPN. Not to sidetrack you, but they owned ESPN.
Right.
They do.
So what I'm getting,
Weird.
what I'm getting at though, they're talking about it being a
Chelsea Green is
$30
a Disney
charge.
princess.
They're talking about being a $30 charge per PLE. Very similar how if you have the ESPN app, you can watch the undercard of the UFC fights, but then you have to pay for like the main
No,
card.
no, we're going full
Now,
circle again. We're
now
going
here's
full
my
circle
problem.
back to the PPVs.
Here's my
You
problem,
fucking
okay?
kidding? No, I'm not paying that.
Here's my problem with this, and this is why I started with the whole 2 night event thing. When they go and do that, do you have to pay that $30 for night 1 and night 2, or is night 1 and
No.
night 2 going to be included? Like, how are we going to do this? Because I'm sorry, I understand. Like, for example, AEW has a deal with Amazon Prime, all right, for their pay-per-views. It's still $50.
Who wants to watch AEW for $50?
Not me.
Not me.
No.
Here's the problem. I was on the notion like, you're not gonna get, and this is why this is why wrestling is booming so much, because people can afford it. People can afford to watch wrestling now.
All right, no. Let me put it this way, Ponyboy. We can afford to watch the PLEs. You know why? Because the more people we have watching, it's a subscription, $30 a month.
So you have to pay $30 a month and you get full access.
I
That's
can
not
deal
bad.
with
I'm
that.
sorry.
Can I watch baseball?
I'm sorry. No, but I'm sorry. Here's my problem with that. We have gone ass backwards now because when WWE Network first came out, it was only $10 a month.
Yes.
And then when you switch to Peacock,
It's like
you
$9.
got Peacock. Yeah, it was like $9 a month. You know, but now even Peacock is fucking $20 a month
with no ads. It's still like
And there's
$10
nothing good
out
on
ads.
Peacock.
Bullshit. There's a bunch of good shit on Peacock.
There's The Office.
Speaking of which, gentlemen, I don't want tonight to be a long one because you know, one of my favorite shows just dropped a new episode tonight.
What?
I want to see how. No, I want to see you know, more of the Canadian president.
South Park.
Yeah.
Can I just say this? You remember back in the day when it was like a badge of fucking honor to be on South Park? Like it was like
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah.
I mean,
Back then, you know,
I wouldn't want my weekly flash. I wouldn't want my little candy corn dick to be flashed all over national TV. But you know, I'm Captain Candy Corn. I promote that shit. All right. Anyways, let's get back to.
Well, apparently tonight's episode not only does it have to deal with Trump and Satan and all that at some point or another, but I guess they're mainly going after the new Snow White movie.
Good. That trash.
And apparently the lead actress who played Snow White was not happy when she heard about that.
All right, so I want to rope this in. I want to tell Triple H, go fuck yourself. You lying fucking piece of shit. Liar.
Who?
Triple H. First note of being a liar. There's a video out of him sitting at the press board, and everybody's chanting, "We want Cross. We want Cross." And he turns around, you got him. The next same video I saw 15 minutes later, it was posted by him, dubbed over, having everybody say, "We want Brock."
That's funny because I watched it a little later and they did
Number two, he openly said John Cena requested Brock Lesnar to come back. John Cena did it.
His last match?
No, listen. John Cena did not request Lesnar. Somebody asked him. It was like a street paparazzi type guy. And he goes, "How do you feel about Brock Lesnar coming back?" He goes, "I've said it once I've said it for the past 25 years. They hand them out, and they deal them, and I play them." It wasn't John Cena requesting. It was Triple H putting him in. Now again, 3 weeks ago, Brock Lesnar was acquitted of all charges and I looked into it because they asked her to give a name. She said she didn't have a name, and then they asked her, "Is it Brock Lesnar?" She said no.
So let me go a little more in depth with that. He wasn't acquitted of all charges. Essentially, it was investigated, everything like that. Basically, Lesnar was never explicitly named in the affidavits and everything like that. She has openly come out and said no, it was not Brock Lesnar.
Can
So,
I make a fun notion?
with that being the case, if she came out and said Brock Lesnar was not the one, there were other UFC stars, and we've been saying that from the beginning.
Thank you.
Everybody just jumped to Brock Lesnar because he was the biggest one. Ponyboy, on the other hand, Monday night brought up one that I had completely forgotten about.
Can I list mine off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, side note to honor that. When these supposed text messages were released, Brock Lesnar is not in the UFC Hall of Fame yet.
Yeah, it's a UFC Hall of Famer. That's the thing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Tommy, by the way, Tommy, listen. This list is actually kind of interesting.
We're gonna Jey Uso. We're gonna main event Ponyboy this one. We're gonna rewind it.
CM Punk.
No,
CM Punk's not in the you got to remember the biggest hint on there. They are in the UFC Hall of Fame.
You had the two biggest ones that were in WWE/WWF was Dan the Beast Severin and Ken Shamrock. Now, the reason I believe
what, Tommy?
Cain Velasquez is in the UFC Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Who?
Cain Velasquez, the guy who chased down that dude who molested his cousin or his niece.
Yeah, but he was the one that fought Brock Lesnar at a Crown Jewel, right?
But understand this.
Did that actually happen? Because I know they were building up for it, but I don't remember the fight ever happening.
I don't think it ever happened.
It sucked. It happened.
Oh.
Anyways, because I have watched a shit ton of Scruff McGuff and Law and Order SVU in my lifetime. If you look at the time where these text messages of sexual nature happened, Ken Shamrock was just then at that time inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame.
I was going to say about the time.
And he was inducted by The Rock. So again, I do not think it was Lesnar.
I'm going to say that
Shamrock.
I was going to say also, and I don't know the timeline of when these messages came out. All right, but Ken Shamrock at that point in time being inducted in the TNA Hall of Fame. I'm 95% sure he was still competing technically.
Yeah, I think he was too. I think he's still technically competing in some aspects.
No, he's retired now.
Is he fully retired?
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine, let's just say this, okay? Hypothetically, all right? Let's say, because with Brock Lesnar, he's able to come and go as he pleases, as we know. To be fair, Brock Lesnar has still been getting paid by the WWE for the past 2 years.
Yes.
Rapist.
Now, let's say...
He is not a rapist.
Let's say this, Tommy, all right? Tommy, let's say this, okay? Hypothetically, all right? The time frame, and again, hypothetically here, because I don't know the time frame, I've completely given up on this case. It's going to go to arbitration. It's going to be a lawsuit and settled outside of court. That's how it's going to end. Sorry, folks. That's not a spoiler. That's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. That's how this is going to end. Anyway, this is going to end about as bad as the P. Diddy trial.
Yes.
Anyway.
But the difference is there's a federal investigation at the same time as Janelle Grant's lawsuit.
But again, Tom, here's what I'm going to tell you.
Hold on. You can't settle a federal lawsuit outside of court. That's just not
No,
how
you
it
can't.
works.
But Tom,
So here's
you want
the
to
thing.
sit there and
Here
call
on-
Brock Lesnar?
here
I don't think
on-
it's going to be found guilty, to be personal with you.
It's
but,
not
like,
him. She said it wasn't him.
No, we're just
Yeah.
talking about the general case.
Yeah.
No, but you
Anyway,
called him a rapist.
You kind of did, Tommy.
You literally
Yeah,
just sat
but he
there and
is.
you whispered
He
rapist.
is.
How
He's
can
just not
you?
named because it's him.
How can you call
It's-
Brock Lesnar a rapist when she physically said to the
Because
court
fucking
it's not
Kevin
him?
Shamrock and Dan Sullivan ain't going to come back at fucking 90 years old.
But again,
Tommy,
she said
what
it
I'm
wasn't
saying,
him.
what I'm saying is this:
cover.
hypothetically, well, then she's lying under oath. At which point, that's perjury. At
Who
which
gives a
point,
shit? Brock Lesnar probably tipped her out like 10 mil, and she was like, all right, well, I'm going to say it's Dan Severn.
well, if it's hey, as you keep saying, it's a federal investigation, everything like that. At which point, that's not the point of this. But if it was a federal investigation, his bank statements would be looked at. If they found that suspicious or anything like that, then yes, he'd be guilty. Anyway,
Yeah,
hypothetically speaking, okay. You said that match between it actually happened between Kane what?
Cain Velasquez and Lesnar.
That match actually did happen.
happened at a crown jewel. Yeah.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar choked him out.
What if hypothetically, let's say it was Ken Shamrock, okay? Let's say it was.
Okay. Let's put Grandpa in the details.
At this point in time, Grandpa was still competing, and Grandpa was fucking jacked.
He
I
was.
could beat Grandpa.
What I'm saying is this: what if, hypothetically speaking, because remember, Lesnar never fought Shamrock in UFC.
Correct.
Would you have had a bigger money draw with Lesnar against Velasquez or Lesnar against Shamrock?
It'd be Shamrock.
Not in Saudi Arabia because I feel like Shamrock isn't as over there.
And to be fair,
Shamrock
and you
is
know what?
over wherever he goes.
No, he's got.
Don't get me wrong. I bet there's purists like us. Now Shamrock's over in America. Don't get me wrong, but I bet there's purists in Saudi Arabia that would love to see that. But let's do a big marquee match. It's got to be Kane.
See, and now here's the thing about it. All right, and Tommy brings up a good point there because you have to remember something. Shamrock, yes, was very big in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay. But that was also prior to WWE and UFC having any real business relationship with Saudi Arabia. Now, to Tommy's point right there, at that point in timeline, Cain Velasquez makes more sense. So to purists like us,
and to add to your point, he was the one that defeated Brock Lesnar in the UFC for the heavyweight championship.
exactly. So to our viewpoint, the people that grew up with Shamrock in WWE and saw his UFC career, oh God, yeah, him and Lesnar, I would like to see that back then. Back then. You know, back then, okay? But at the time frame in dealing with Saudi Arabia, Kane was the more relevant. So that's my hypothetical. What if it was Shamrock and the simple fact of this? Hey, let's bring him back because he is a legend against a legend.
I also think
and honestly, I think it would have been I honestly think it would have been a better match too because Shamrock had all those years of training.
Yep. So again, the fact that she said it wasn't Lesnar, you can't. Hey, Zero, do you remember that picture I was reading you?
See, hold on. Jake Thompson even said that Vasquez over Shamrock. You see what I mean? It's honestly, once everything is said and done, we will know. Okay? Once everything is said and done, we will know, especially with it being a federal investigation.
Yeah.
But with that being said, the fact that they did not bring Brock Lesnar back until he was actually cleared,
Was
it just confirms what we had been thinking, that they did not want to deal with him until he was cleared.
yeah. Hey, listen,
Too
do I know
soon
it?
still, I feel.
Tommy, this one is strictly for you because
Hey, Tommy, look at it this way, all right? Lesnar's probably only going to be around for maybe another year.
Yeah, it's over in Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
So Tommy,
I
can you hear me? Because I love you. I want to get your ideology on this comment. Now I say this being jokingly, and I love everybody. Nikki Bella is back after she was found guilty of abusing her ex-husband. Ex-convict Jelly Roll had a match. And Cardi B was hosted SummerSlam. A woman who openly admitted to drugging and robbing men were all featured, and no one said a goddamn thing about it. Brock Lesnar comes on, found not guilty 3 weeks ago, and everybody's in an uproar. Why? Why is everybody so
I think it's
hypocritical
the
about it?
nature of the case, and the only one I would exclude from that list is Jelly Roll because he is actually made up for what he's done. He's repented and said,
And to be and Party Boy, and to be fair,
hold on. Nikki Bella beating up her husband, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. But context.
Now here's the thing about Jelly Roll. You can remove him.
In the world.
You can remove him. You can remove him from that quote and that list because don't quote me on this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I am pretty sure Jelly Roll's arrest and everything like that and time spent in prison was due to drug trafficking, essentially.
Yes. Okay, so let's take Jelly Roll out of there. But again, the whole Nikki Bella thing, she abused her husband. She was found guilty of it. You're
not hearing me condone them, though.
But again, you sit there, and I'm asking you because if everybody's okay with Nikki coming back.
All right, so hold on. Tony Boy, I've got the answer to this. And Tommy, if I'm wrong, tell me. But I think I've got the answer to this one. Okay?
Boobs.
How many people actually know about Cardi B openly admitting to drugging and robbing clientele?
It's in her memoirs.
A moderate amount nowadays.
A moderate amount nowadays.
Yeah.
All right. How many people know about the Nikki Bella thing? Because I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to media, the media and pushing it,
to be
not
fair,
a lot of media behind it.
TMZ ran with the Nikki Bella thing because she was on E with the Bella Sisters spinoff of Total Divas.
Right.
So everybody knows about that.
Well, now it does. But here's my thing: when you look at Vince McMahon and the fact that he is the owner of $1 billion, or was the owner of $1 billion corporation, and everything like that, as well as his pastimes being in the media. The reason why, Pony Boy, many people have not said shit about it is honestly because media exposure. That's what it comes down to.
Again, I just thought it was a funny comment.
By the way, Chaotic, thank you for confirming that Jelly Rolls was all drug charge related.
And real quick, I don't want to get too far in. His match was phenomenal. If he went on the Cody Rhodes podcast, he went to Triple H and said, "I don't want to win. I don't want to be given it. I will listen." And Zero. I
honestly thought because 9 times out of 10, when a celebrity is in a match, who ends up winning?
The celebrity. And Zero, I want you to tell everybody that I called it. You go and Tom, I want you to do this. Jelly Roll earned the respect from 2 spots in that match.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, he didn't do it so sneakily, but he knew where he was at all times. When he was laying on the table to take that elbow, if you see it, and granted, he sold it too soon, I get it, whatever.
Yeah.
He flexed his chest, like he's laying there like this, he's laying there, and then you see him do this, you're getting ready to take that bump. But if you notice, it was a split second. He did one of those.
He shimmied further back onto the table.
He was too far south on that table.
Yeah.
Because if he would have taken it, it would have come right across.
Right there.
But again,
yes, that is well
right
done.
in the ring, right before he took the pinfall, you see him shimmy again. That man took so much pride into making sure he did what he could. And you might not, he is still greener than the backside of a leprechaun's ball sack running through the fields of Ireland.
It's
not even a matter of that.
That's for sure.
Well, you know what?
He's not bad.
You know what?
I had fun watching the match.
And did you not watch the match?
The other thing about it, though.
No, I said
okay.
The other thing about it, I honestly believe he was physically winded and hurt after that bump through the table.
He wasn't hurt, and I'm going to give everybody a little sneak. We were sitting there at Industry Tap House again. Industry Tap House, thank you so very much for letting us come in SummerSlam Saturday, watch it with you and in your private area. Also, every Monday, except one coming up, we will be at Industry Tap House every Monday, 7 p.m., 21 and older, to watch Monday Night Raw, no cover. Come on out, have a good time. But if you notice, the referee did not do the hand sign.
Oh, the X's, yeah.
When a referee does this, it means it's serious. When you saw...
I bet he was hurting, though.
Oh, he was
God, yes. He was definitely... Yeah. I honestly feel... Because he sold that he was hurting. He sold that he was winded.
If you go back and watch it, when he's walking past his wife, Zero and Tommy will tell you, if you ever sit there and watch, I'm not really watching the action. I'm watching for the trigger signs. I'm watching for the air horn. I'm watching when the referee starts going this way, then he does that. It's, again, he walked past Bunny XO, gave her a wink, and then they kept going. Okay.
See, and part of the other reason I feel like they had that spot where they're helping him to the back, everything like that. Not so much to build hype in the match, but more so, hey, you just took a big hit for a new guy. Let's give you a minute to slow down a little bit.
Yeah. But you want to know what? Jelly Roll did such a great job.
I mean, he did it with a broken finger. He broke his finger. He broke his finger at fucking training.
Yeah. And yes, by the way, I am wearing a Savannah's banana hat.
But now that we've talked about someone who showed that they got chutzpah and everything like that, and I honestly believe Jelly Roll will be back in the ring, but not right away. He's going to get some more training done and he'll be back. He's not going to make it up.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, he's not going to make it a full-time thing.
No.
With, like Logan Paul is now. All right? I want to talk about two other spots, all right?
Okay.
First off, Ray Phoenix and Angelo Dawkins. That Spanish fly off the top rope through the tables.
No thing. I closed my eyes. That was scary. That was all caution to the wind and just.
Well, for example, here's my thing. All right, Angelo Dawkins is a big boy.
He's a very big man.
Yeah,
he's a very large.
Now, if you watch that Spanish fly, he literally had to almost cannonball himself over.
Oh yeah, he had to go. That was a scary, and I think I know where you're going with the next spot. Now, gentlemen, before Zero announces his next spot, we do not recommend you do this with your spouses, girlfriends, significant others, only because you may end up sleeping on or in the doghouse if you decide to yoke your old lady through a ladder and that ladder went. "Nah."
You know what?
Why would you throw your old
all,
lady through a ladder? What are you
Have
doing?
you met my old lady?
You're
all
getting yeeted
props,
through the ladder at that part.
all props and kudos out there to Candice LeRae for taking that bump. Hello.
Hi.
Anyway, all props and kudos out to Candice LeRae for taking that bump through the ladder.
With what?
But I'm going to tell you right now, all right?
So what do you want
I
me
don't
to
know
say?
if you, I don't know if you saw the photos I posted the other day from the TLC board, but
How you
all,
doing?
anyway,
Love you, kiddo.
all I could think about was rewatching that, and I had to actually
Love
go
you, kiddo.
back, rewatch the whole clip,
Yeah.
and get to the spot where Johnny Gargano is standing at the rope. All the top of my head was my wife,
My wife.
my
Cut.
wife.
Cut. What
And
popped
then
in my head?
and then I followed it up with Montez Ford. She's dead, John.
Listen, the only thing that popped into my head.
If anyone knows Star Trek, replace John with Jim. She's
Listen.
dead, Jim.
Listen, for some reason or another, I watched it back, and I have no reason or rhyme for it popped in my head. Not the mama.
Well, I don't know if anyone saw what Johnny Gargano posted on his X page afterwards.
Because it didn't want to.
Wait, what?
The stuff didn't want to.
We'll restart it then.
It just did.
So-
Skip the toilet.
Basically,
Back.
Okay.
Okay, please
All right.
do it.
Later.
No, I want to do it
All
to
right.
Tommy.
No.
anyway,
I
so
love you. Bye.
the thing that Gargano posted on X afterwards, somebody had said he's probably sleeping on the couch tonight.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Gargano's response: there was only one bed in the room, and we didn't have a couch. It's like, oh, you got put on the floor,
Oh man.
like your wife.
Listen,
All right.
that spot was scary. That spot was
Yeah.
rough.
Now the final thing I want to talk about. I've talked about 3 great spots. I'm going to talk about a bad one now.
Oh shit.
And it happens. I get it. How the fuck do you screw up putting zip ties around someone's wrist?
Nerves.
You know.
How? The sad part is.
Tommy, you said that way too fucking quickly.
Nerves.
You answered that. That's a red flag, bro.
All right. So
Yeah,
my thing
you
is,
got a bunch of people screaming at you, and you're trying to put on a thing, and then you're trying to make it look good. And you're being hot
my
and
thing is
sexy,
this. Okay.
you know?
My thing is this. Number one. Okay. Lyra had been struggling to get out of zip tie, everything like that. Okay.
Okay.
Number one. This
quick.
is where you see. Yeah.
Ladies, there's a way to get out of zip ties. Look it up on YouTube. It is very easy. Anyways, go on. I just want to put that PSA.
Red flag number 2.
No, actually, that's a safety tip.
So it just
Yeah,
counteracts
no,
what it does.
it's like
How do you get out
literally-
of? But do you understand what I'm saying? Like you ask, how do you mess up with zip ties? Because you're nervous. You didn't even wait, Tom. What in the
Anyway.
Ted Bundy is going on
Okay.
here?
Anyway, so what I'm getting at is this.
Well,
This
damn
is
it, that
where.
doesn't make me sound any better.
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
Christ.
so what I'm getting at though is Lyra at that point already been struggling to get out of them, and this is where it's kind of nerves and rookie mistake. If she had just sold it like, "Oh, I got out," instead of trying to throw her hand back
I
in.
think here's the problem. I called it when it happened.
Number 2, hold on. Number two.
Okay.
Number 2. Okay. When she's trying to find a way out, when Becky's down and everything, she's looking in the toolbox. There were literally Wire cutters right there.
It's wrestling, okay? They don't know how to climb a fucking ladder. Do you think they know what a wire cutter looks like during the match?
The final thing I'm going to say is this. Jacob Fatu broke out of those handcuffs way too easily.
He's
Jacob
a Samoan
Fatu.
werewolf.
Explain.
He's a
Huh?
Samoan werewolf.
Yeah.
He's all
You
gas,
think
no
a werewolf
breaks.
can't break out of
He goes,
handcuffs?
baby. Can we talk about
See,
that
you
moonsault though?
Yeah, that moonsault off the top rope. That's where I'm going to end this. One hell of a spot, and Tamatanga took the majority of that hit.
To go on your question, Zero, about the zip ties, I actually, and you can testify, I called it. Becky Lynch put them on backwards. Now,
She
for
did.
those, if you've ever seen what happens when you put a zip tie on backwards, it doesn't hit the ridges on the inside of the line.
Mm-hmm.
So you can pull it real quick. Becky should have put them on correctly, just enough to have a little bit of wiggle room. And if you go back and watch, when she had her hands like this, she put them higher up here. So when they slid down, there was enough room, which I get. But if you're going to do that, put them on right, you Irish dumb lass. My
Make it
God.
look,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of Becky, real quick, I just want to ask, do we think that the comments about not being able to see your husband anymore was a double whammy? And do we think that it was talked about in the back?
It was definitely a double whammy because Becky even did the little hand sign.
Okay.
Do I think that it was talked about in the back?
The only reason I ask that is because you go back and if you haven't seen it on Netflix, the new wrestling series on Netflix, it is amazing. And they touch on the Charlotte Tiffy situation, where it was completely out of scripted, out of left pocket, where Triple H physically made Tiffy go apologize to Charlotte because it was so out of pocket. Going forward, I'm okay with comments like that, but do you think that they talk about it first, so then it's not so much of a holy shit, that's what they said, but you still get that pop?
You know, I would like to believe that it was discussed beforehand.
Okay.
Because that was definitely one hell of a shot. Because, you know, when you go back to John Cena and Nikki Bella ending their relationship or whatever, Nikki was crushed by it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I would like to believe it was discussed not only with Nikki, but also with John, because that is a personal matter.
Tom, what do you? I want to get your opinion on it once he's done.
But could I see Becky pulling it out of pocket, just throwing it out there, everything like that? Yeah, I could, because she's made comments against Lyra attacking Lyra's fiance.
Okay. Tommy, what's your thoughts?
I agree with Zero and stuff. I feel like it was pulled out of pocket just for storyline and shock value, really. You know how it is. And
So
then
do you think going forward? Do you think going forward to get that loud pop, to prevent the situation from Charlotte and Tiffy, they'll converse beforehand to say, "Hey, we're going to take it from here to this level. Don't take it personally."
You know, the other thing about it too, thinking about it.
Jimmy's talking.
Oh,
you're next.
So you're saying they're going to talk before burning each other really hard and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Essentially. I don't think they should, in personal opinion. Like, maybe it's a good idea to, if I could just do that. But personally, I think it keeps them on their toes, talking about it before. It's wrestling. You know, you got to make it as real as possible in a fake sport. Like, oh my God, like, you can't just ignore it after the fact. What?
You use the F word.
Oh no. Triple H does all the time. But like, I don't
Triple H is banging Stephanie as a shit ton of money and a private jet.
Okay. Okay, doesn't mean I can't say it. Who the fuck am I married to in the WWE to where I can't say it?
Apparently,
Fake,
you're
fake,
not
fake,
married
fake,
to that
fake.
title no more because it came home to Papa.
Well, it's in the garbage. So
You whore.
Okay,
It's
Nikki Cross.
It's not Nikki
But-
Cross. It's Shayna. It's Blaze or
no
whatever.
longer Blaze.
Thank you. Thank you.
God, women's
Hey,
wrestling.
Is that who threw it away?
Yeah.
I thought it was Nikki Cross who threw it away.
The wise man is
He
not
did
going to
on
be happy
WWE.
about this.
I mean,
Anyway,
WCW.
so what I was going to say, though.
I care.
All right.
I care.
Okay.
So what I was going to say is I'm
anyways.
like thinking about it and everything like that. You can have your wise man, Tommy. You could have your oracle. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't need anyone to help me make predictions.
He didn't help me make my predictions.
I don't need this person to help me. It's just gotta, I gotta have,
Sometimes I need a handler.
You know.
Sometimes I need to be handled. I'm a grown ass child, man.
So you want to be So you want to be handled by another dude? Ew.
No, I'm just saying. Sometimes
Wait a minute.
when we do, shut up.
Anyway, going back and thinking about how it went down and everything like that, I think that they did talk about it beforehand. And the reason being, if you compare the Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella to the Tiffy and Charlotte,
Yeah.
Nikki Bella had the look on her face of, wow, you really went there. When Tiffy did it to Charlotte, though, Tiffy got out of the ring in a hurry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now the other thing about that, though, I think Becky's about that life, at which point knows that if Nikki wanted to run hands, we know how that's going to go.
I mean, to be fair, it's not the first time Bella has been put on blast for her relationship with John Cena. You go back.
That's the other thing, too. That's the other thing.
With Ronda Rousey saying the only door you ever knocked down was the door to John Cena's bedroom. I mean, yeah. That was gas-filled fire right there. Okay.
All right. So we're about that time. What do you want to end with tonight? Because I mean, let's see. We've covered Lesnar. We've covered.
Okay, I know what I want to cover.
We've covered the PLE's going to 2 nights possibly. We've covered the ESPN deal, which, by the way, so that people know, SmackDown and stuff like that will still be available on Peacock. I don't get it.
Let's touch on this. Do we agree with how Seth Rollins handled his quote unquote injury? Because
I called it.
Okay, but let me ask you. Okay, so it is being released that Triple H is pissed because Triple H does not like liars. And here's the problem: Rollins lied to everybody minus 3 people how bad it was. And again, this is an injury that Triple H has gone through. This injury or not injury changed the entire landscape of what this pay-per-view was supposed to be. And here's the problem. You have Seth Rollins going on podcasts, saying, yeah, I might be out for 6 to 9 months. We don't know how bad it is. We got to go to the doctor or whatever. But the fact of the matter is Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch's daughter went to her kindergarten teacher and said, my daddy's not really hurt. He's lying. Sorry. The fact that it was so hidden that you have 90% of the fucking men and women in the back saying Rollins and give it to Punk, that's fucking wrong. Just because you don't like a guy does not mean you do whatever the fuck you want and fuck everybody over.
So I'm going to say this right now
because real quick, Cyril, because let's be fair, and we can all agree on this. That would have changed the Gunther Goldberg match to Goldberg winning and Rollins cashing in on Goldberg.
Yeah.
So not only did you fuck that storyline up, you pissed Goldberg off and sent him out on his back because you had to do a fucking audible. And now you literally forced them to revert John Cena back to a babyface, which we knew was coming, but you rushed it. You take what was a great match with Punk, and you stole it.
Now, this is where I'm going to say this. All right, there is
Zero,
that
you
old
go
term.
first, and then Tommy will go.
There is that term of going into business for yourself.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say right now that if it is true, because it could be a giant work, okay? If it is true that Rollins faked this injury, that he wasn't injured at all, because remember I was saying the reports were saying they were giving him a couple weeks off to see how bad it was and then have him come back. I've been saying he was going to cash in on Punk at SummerSlam after Punk won, blah, 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 blah. However, if we play devil's advocate and the injury was faked and he did this, if that is what actually happened, hats off to CM Punk for going with the change. Because I'm going to tell you right now, with how much these two talk about hating each other, if that change was not even remotely mentioned to me, I'd have beat the fuck out of the dude for real.
Now, you go back and watch Monday night. Some of them were some stiff, he was popping them.
And that's what I'm saying. I think they told Punk at the last minute, like, hey, just so you know. And he took those fucking briefcase shots. He took that stomp.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he's one of the best people to sell the stomp, to be honest with you. But, yeah, I could see Punk being a little pissed off. I think now we are going to get a LA Knight CM Punk feud, which I am all for it. I firmly believe Punk is winning the Royal Rumble this year. And I firmly believe he will get his main event moment next year at WrestleMania where he wins the title. And my thing is this, all right?
Would you call that a pun? If it does come out, you're going to tell Rollins, this is your punishment. You are going to eat this loss at Mania, and you're going to drop the title to Punk because you took it from him. Would you consider that a punishment, or it's like, well, no, nah, it's his time?
No.
Or is it both?
You know what? And this is why I don't believe the whole not many people knew about the fake injury and everything. I legit believe that Rollins had an injury scare to where they weren't sure.
Okay.
I firmly believe, and the reason why, because if that was the case and this wasn't just a work, I could have seen Triple H stripping Rollins of the title on Monday night.
Okay. Tommy Guns. It's because you have Seth Rollins behind you. What's your thoughts?
It was an injury scare. They didn't know where they were going or what they were doing with it. I feel like it was all kind of pre-planned. Like, yes, they probably called an audible on the Goldberg thing in general, but I feel like they were just playing it safe was the whole thing. I don't think like he went into business for himself at all, i.e. that Punk sold his moves. And then secondly, we were talking about it. I was talking about how I thought it was a fake injury, like I just think they're
and that's
safe.
why
I don't think it's him going into business for himself. I think it was just a play safe, see where it goes kind of thing.
That's kind of why I have a hard time believing that he wasn't injured at all. And the reason behind that, okay, and there's two reasons behind it, is because you know what? If it's an injury scare and you don't know what's going to happen, yeah, you're going to move the timelines up just to be safe, just in case it is a 6 to 9 month injury.
Yeah.
The other reason why, if it was a legit fake injury, don't you think Goldberg would have came out and said something by now?
I mean, Goldberg did say he's not happy with how it ended. So maybe, again, this is one of those things where you kind of sit there going, and it does look good knowing the fact that their kid went to school and said, my daddy's not hurt.
So the
And then
question is,
Becky's
though,
got to go and do damage control. That doesn't look good. That
So the
seems like
the question is on that point, though,
Are you being
how
started?
far along? How far along was this? Like, was it the day after? Was it about a month and a half after? How far along in the timeline was it?
yeah.
And
I mean,
that's. I'm sure eventually it will all come out.
Yeah.
If it was a fake or if it was no, we were just playing it safe. But for now, to build the heat, build the feud, continue that Punk and Rollins storyline, because I'm sorry, that's one of the best long term building feuds for the last
and
2
I love
years.
they put LA Knight in this. Because you've had them you've had LA Knight put promos with Punk and Rollins. I think it's great.
Mm-hmm. And everybody even said after the interaction between Punk and Knight that they want to see a Punk and Knight feud.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that Knight came
I am
out
too.
on Monday night and fucking called Rollins out.
Yeah.
I thought it was great because he basically told him, he's like, nah, you basically faked this so that I didn't beat your ass.
Yep. But again, and he goes, you hurt, you weren't hurt, you took the BDSF or whatever the fuck his finisher is, and you ate the pin. BFT, thank you. So, real quick, as we wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen of the Joliet area, if you have no plans Saturday night, this Saturday, it is SmackDown night at Joliet Slammers, Silver Cross Field in downtown Joliet. You will have Eagle Pro Wrestling. You will have Rocket Pro Wrestling. Yes. And then you will also have Zero and myself walking around. And unfortunately, I do not get to have my title or Ula Fa La 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 because, this guy put it in a trash can.
Yep. It's gone.
But again,
Awesome.
that is good. Awesome.
Also, if you got nothing going on Sunday, Positive Impact is doing another adoption event.
Yes, they are.
Off of Republic Avenue in Joliet. We've been sharing the event. There's a lot going on involved with it. So if you're looking to adopt a new family member or even ways that you can help out, stop on by there, talk with the staff and whatnot. And that's all.
And it's great for high school kids. You're going into high school, you're finished, you need your community service hours. They will be more than willing to give you community service hours if you go in, even if, and again, we want to stress this. Mental health. Sometimes all you need is just the love of a little puppy to help you get through the day. Go play with the puppies. Go play with them.
Or a cat.
Okay. Or Satan's.
I don't think they have any cats at the moment, Tommy.
But cats in general are great.
And also with Rocket Pro Wrestling, September 6th, Season 7 kicks off at St. Joe's Park in Joliet, Illinois. They have started announcing matches. They have started announcing events. So, again, if you're looking for live pro wrestling, Rocket Pro Wrestling. Also, again, we like to promote all the other brands. And Eagle Pro Wrestling is coming back to the Forge. We will
the end of this month.
Yeah, we will keep you posted on all of that. And again, they both wrestling companies will be at Silver Cross Field this Saturday. If you're there, look up in one of the boxes. Zero and myself will be there. Unfortunately, they took away the all-you-can-drink packages, so I'm a little upset.
All right. So, final thoughts for the night, gentlemen.
Cody, bro, let's start with you.
I kind of feel like Rob Schneider from Grown Ups, like when they play the arrow roulette. I am the champion. Yeah. But, it's. Yeah. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. And like
Tommy
I said,
Guns.
I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna be like Roman Reigns and hold it for like 4 years. I'm gonna be like Ric Flair, man. I'm not gonna hold it for a long time. I'm gonna hold it multiple times. Yeah.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Shut up.
Tommy Guns.
Just as your former longest running, most offending, and best predictions champion, I would just want to tell you to have a good day, a good month, and a good year. Don't go out there yucking anybody's yum. And thank you for taking a few moments to listen to me, your former champion, and the other two, Ponyboy and
You
Zero.
bitch. You hose beast.
And just,
You swamp donkey.
Go out there and, be like your hero, me, Tommy Guns. Take it away, Zero.
On that note, thanks again for tuning into this week's episode of Midweek Meltdown. For those who have asked me about episodes not being up for streaming yet, that is my bad. I have been preoccupied with a bunch of other shit, so I will try to get every episode prior to this uploaded tomorrow, and then episodes will start dropping on streaming every Sunday morning.
Cool.
But until they drop streaming, if you want to come back and listen to us again or whatever, videos are up on YouTube and Facebook.
Real quick, I forgot to bring this up. I want to tell everybody who's giving Brooke Hogan a shit ton of shit, fuck off. Everybody is
a piece of shit. She doesn't.
Shut up! That's not where I'm going with this. You dumb fuck. Listen, everybody's giving Brooke Hogan shit because she doesn't want to be in the will and she wants nothing really to do with it. And this is why. And I'm going to say this out loud because this is what she said. Yes, her and her father had a falling out. At that time, she told her father she did not want to be in the will. Okay? Now, again, if he redid the will and put her back in without her knowing, whatever. She came out and said she does not want to be participating in any of the tributes, which Hulk Hogan is the first wrestler in fucking history to get a 30 bell salute. Not Terry Bollea, but Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
So put respect on Hogan's name. He was John Cena before John Cena was John. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. When it comes down to it, you have to separate the entertainer from the individual. And the other thing about it is there are multiple wrestlers. Devon Dudley, for example, has come out and forgave Hogan. Devon said it best. The conversation that was had was in private. Okay? How would you feel if your private conversations got leaked? Now, that's not defending him at all. That's just putting a little idea on it because the problem is we are not celebrities.
No.
But
anyways, Brooke Hogan came out and said, I would rather be exclude me. So her and her dad, they buried the hatchet. They fixed everything. Okay. She openly stated she would rather be excluded from everything, knowing that her and her father were on good terms, rather than everybody labeling her a gold digger. Just because her daddy died and now she wants to get her. She doesn't want that. So I commend Brooke Hogan for sticking to her guns.
Hey, I got the prime example that anyone can compare this to. Y'all know Ozzy Osbourne had 3 kids, right?
Yep.
Y'all know
his oldest daughter, Amy.
His oldest daughter, Amy. She wanted nothing to do with the television show. She wanted nothing to do with that. She wanted
to be a singer on her own, and I saw the interview too with Jack Osbourne. He goes, she wanted to be a singer. She didn't want to be a part of the show. The show took off. Well, I can't just come in and be part of the show. It's already, I don't want to look like that. So she stayed on the outside. And I'm sorry. I respect people like that. They're true to their values and their convictions. So again, RIP to Hulk Hogan, who made wrestling what it is, who created, and you want to know what? I'm going to say this. Vince created Andre created Hogan, Hogan created wrestling.
That's mainstream media. That's all it is.
That's what it is.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Night.